ladies, T-Birds just happen to be watchers of my shit. My name is JImmiPynk. And am I the only person that thought this episode sucked? So, welcome back to Rupaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 3 recap. This is episode 5. What is listed as the Pop Art Ball, but really the Warhol Ball, which really didn't have nothing to do with Andy Warhol to me. You guys. It wasn't even worth me fighting through the contacts. It wasn't. Wait, y'all get y'all feel? Y'all got the pop art? I mean, hold on, let me do it. Pop art. Okay. Let's get into the zhuzh. So this mini challenge, I'm sure a lot of us already watched the first 10 minutes of the episode. I did, you did. Or the first, whatever. It was a pop art challenge. If you've seen my art, you've seen the girls had to do these pictures and do to make them into pop art pictures, and Aja won. Not 100% sure I agree with that. I kind of like Shangela's the best. But maybe she did a different hair, but I just thought that was the most interesting looking picture. Everybody else kind of just had this, I mean, whatever. Anyway, how is you on All-Stars 3 and y'all still can't sew? Now listen, I give Shangela all of the props. You know why I give Shangela all of the props? I give Shangela all of the props because hey, recording, I hope y'all ain't hear that. Season 10, I didn't get me all skipping around, I didn't get through off. At least Shangela did try to take a sewing class, and she tried. Ben is straight up like, I'm hot gluing again. And BB doesn't know how to sew at all. At all, sis. But I like the spirit of All Stars, because it's like, bitch, I'll help you. Everybody was like, I'll help you because I can stand on my own laurels. I'll help you. That was kind of nice. My notes are just like, this episode was trash, man. My notes is even trash because the episode was trash. Like, Ben and Kennedy little mirror moment, which I thought meant that either Kennedy was going to be on the top and send Ben home, or Ben was going to be on the top and send Kennedy home. Neither one happened. They were the two that were saved. Kennedy, at the end, is talking to Ben about, like, I seen that your energy was lacking a little bit, too. The most prominent note that I have is, I like Shay Mitchell, who is Emily on Pretty Little Liars. I'm like, yes, bitch, with this blonde hair. And that I love Titus Burris. Pinot Noir. I can't hit our notes, but I love that shit. That was the most exciting part, and we didn't even hear from them that much. The runway was fucking rushed. This soup can challenge, trash. Fucking trash. This is Drag Race. And this was a ball. I want to see costumes, glamour, eleganza, extravaganza, creativity, courage, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. I got Halloween costumes. I'm going to be a can of soup. That was a trash-ass challenge. That was a trash-ass challenge. Yes, I understand it has something to do with Andy Warhol. Vaguely. I thought for sure when I put this outfit together, and some of y'all was in my live or may have watched my live after I did it, when I showed what I was planning on wearing for the pop art ball, because I really think I really thought when they was doing Warhol, it was going to be a pop art challenge. I really, really, really thought that was going to be part of the ball. I really just did. And that would have been more interesting than what we get. Do a soup can and a disco look? Really? Didn't we already do a challenge with a disco look before? I didn't go with that because when we did Divas Live, I basically already did a disco look. When I did the Donna Summer, I'm like, well, I don't want to do another disco look, and I damn sure ain't dressing up as a fucking soup can. And then the looks that we had for the disco, I'm going to ignore the soup cans altogether. Fuck that shit. That shit was trash. That was garbage. That was a dumbass challenge. Pass. Hard pass. But I will talk about these looks. So, Aja, I have to say, even from the very jump street, before the judges even said anything, I'm like, well, Aja, this is cute, but this ain't disco. The judges agreed. But the outfit was cute, and it probably was the best looking on stage. But it wasn't disco. Shanji, I'm skipping that with the hollow loops. That was brilliant. Shanji. I liked the hair with the big disc in it because to me that did look very reminiscent of Studio 54. Like there were people there that just wore weird shit. I liked the afro with the big gold disc. Kind of reminded me of like a tam. My mom was real big into tams, berets, as they're also called. I was okay with that. The dress being made out of a table skirt, I didn't even hate that. It was them big 3 discs down the front. I'm like, if you would have just stuck with just doing like a hot glue, I got 4 boobs, a hot glue out of that, I think them big 3 discs is what made Shangela's outfit look so much worse than what it was. I'm going to just keep it all the way 100. This episode sucked. I wasn't impressed by nobody's look. So to me, Shangela's look ain't look that much worse than nobody else's because nobody's look was giving me life. Nobody's look was all that. Nobody's was. But I think if she could have just did the dress and not them big ass discs in the front, she might have been better off. Trixie. They was living for Trixie and I just was not. It was very true to the Trixie Mattel brand. It was. But tell me what was so much different than that jumpsuit, the jumpsuit she had on when she was playing Dolly Parton. It was pink velvet with a headband and some rhinestones on it. And they're like, oh yes, I'm living. This is excellent. This is awesome. It's a fucking bodysuit. It's a bell-bottom fucking unitard. I was not living for that. And it wasn't reading all that disco to me. Kennedy. I thought Kennedy's look was pretty basic. I loved the hair. I loved the coloring on the hair. I loved the coloring on her. I loved the ornate headpiece. Was gorgeous. I loved the one sleeve on the bodysuit. But let's keep it all the way 100. It was a fucking bodysuit. It was a leotard. Why do so many of y'all got on leotards? Like, that's disco. Like, where are the dresses? Where are the gowns? Where are, like, the hot pants? Where are the tight spandex? Like, what the fuck? Why is it so much velvet? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember no whole bunch of stretched velvet material in disco. I felt like that was more 90s than it was disco era. But maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think so. BB. I just wasn't impressed. It was alright. I mean, she looked like BB. It was a fringe dress. It was okay. I've seen BB in way better. And let's not forget that Aja actually sold her fucking dress. More on that bullshit in a minute. And then we had Ben, who was also basic. But I did kind of like it just because it was like a different hair for being. The orange materials weren't the same. But they're just like, oh, this is basic. And she got on a bodysuit too. At least she wore a fur coat. Like, it's just... This runway was disappointing. This episode damn near made me feel like what I felt like watching the Heathers pilot. I wasn't as outraged, but the level of disappointment was there. Or more so, I should say, it's along the levels of the level of disappointment when I seen the trailer for the Heathers TV show. I was just like, this is the 5th episode of All Stars, right? This is your top 6, and this is the challenge that we have. And I've seen much, much, much better disco looks. What comes to mind, Yara Sophia. Thorgy Thor, her jumpsuit, even though I know that wasn't a disco look, but it definitely could have passed. Even what BB had on being Diana Ross. Raven, I've seen probably on Fashion Photo Review. I've seen better disco looks that weren't even part of disco challenges, and I'm just disappointed. This was trash. But BB and Trixie are in the top. I guess, like I said, I wasn't wowed by nobody. So, I guess I was, like, totally gagged that they were, like, living for BB's soup can. And I'm like, she didn't even use no different colors. Her soup can was all red. Hers stood out the least. But they was living for her, honey. And I'm like, Liza Minnelli. Which, just because one of y'all channel Liza Minnelli from Studio 54, like, where is the glitz, the glamour? Why is there not a sequins gown? Why is nobody making a wrap dress? Why is there not anything draping? I just watched a documentary about Divine when Divine used to go to the Studio 54. Why is there not a dress with like a hood? Y'all just did, BB, you just did Grace Jones. I'm confused. And Aja and Shangela are on the bottom too. I think we all knew that Aja was going to be who went home. Because if Trixie, well, we'll find that out next week. Because if Trixie picks Shangela, maybe next episode will be good and shady and delicious that we all want. Because this episode was fucking trash. Filler episode. We ain't got time for filler episodes in All-Star seasons. We don't. This was a filler episode. But BB won lip sync. If you say so. I will say BB's robe. Bitch, if I'd had that robe, I'm like, I'd have wore that shit to Black Panther. That robe was everything. That African robe, that shit was everything. I'm like, bitch, where was you at when I needed to wear something to go to see Black Panther? Because I'd have wore that shit. Trixie, I'm like, y'all lip syncing to a disco song. You might as well just left on what you had on. Why did you change into that country majorette costume? But she seemed a little bit more enthused. I can't call it because this episode was lackluster all around. To me, the lip sync was lackluster too. I didn't care. And at this stage in the game on All Stars 3, I should not have an episode where I'm just like, I don't even fucking care. And I didn't care. But she sent Aja home, and I'm like, hey, yo, sis. Didn't she, like, make your dress, though? And I understand, like, I thought Aja was going to say something about it. But hold on, bitch. But hold on. Because at the end of the day, we got our handmaids come out. Blessed be kitty girls. We have them come out. And then we have... were you able to capture all of my eliminated queens? And they're like, we think you'll be pleased. Now, you have to understand, at this point in time, there were 6 eliminated queens. When they brought them girls back, it was only 3 on the stage. Oop! Gag. Who is the 3? Now, I thought I saw one that was black with some tattoos on the arm. I think that might be Chi-Chi. I could be wrong. But I think that might be Chi-Chi. But we gonna see. We are going to see. Maybe it's not an Olympic. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. We just have to see. But as far as the BB Mold theory, well, she officially was in the top and won a challenge now. So maybe she's not. But I'm ready for that gag. And of course, season 10 is announced. Started March 22nd. I guess y'all motherfuckers ain't going to give me no break. I've been in drag every week for 4 months. And looks like it's going to be for about 3 more. More costumes, more makeup, more dresses. So, y'all might want to go ahead and join my Patreon and buy some merchandise, because I'm going to have to buy some more fucking dresses, some more wigs, and, you know, some other stuff. But I do want to thank all of you guys for watching. If I get a chance, I might go over to season 10 Queens, and then again, I might not, because I'm mad disappointed in this episode. Like, you give me an Andy Warhol ball, and I was so hyped. And this is what you give me? Girl, no. No. But I want to thank you guys for watching again. I will thank the patrons, the existing patrons that I do have. The link's below if you would like to donate to my Patreon. Which always goes directly to my channel. You know, it buys all these costumes and shit. If you're not a Pink Lady or a T-Bird, that means you're not subscribed to my channel, so go ahead and do that. Also click the notification bell so you know when all of my drag reviews are up, as well as other shows that I review. Thank you to my existing Pink Ladies and T-Birds. Love y'all to death. And merch is for sale. My album is for sale. So all of that is in the link in the description if you'd like to check that out. So I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this. And of course, you know I love the Kiki and I try to respond to all comments. So y'all let me know if I'm just being bitter boots. But I don't think so. This episode was trash. I'm sorry. When you're going to tell me it's going to be a fucking Warhol ball or it's going to be a pop art ball, where was the art? Where was the pop art? Like, not the mini challenge? That can't be it. That cannot be it. This should have been a crazy, fantastical episode, and it just wasn't. It was trash. I don't even think I had the energy on this episode to do this review because it was so trash. Like, I'm ready to snatch all this shit off my face though, because this paint, this is a lot. So, as always, thank you kindly. I'm about to go make up this salmon Alfredo with spinach because I'm about to get it in. So,
Kamehameha, attackers blazing, I'm so amazing. Japanimation, the anime on your cartoon station. So fulfilling, no adults swimming for about an hour. Revealing power, unorthodox amongst these cowards. Full transformation for Optimus Prime transformation. A good vibration from Rumble Pack.